To most, it may have been a surprise that the former tourism minister will be vying to be political leader of the United Workers' Party. Allen Chastanet will try to defeat Stephenson King at the UWP convention towards the end of July. Mr. Chastanet believes passion and commitment are the important things.
I would not be coming out unless I knew that I had a certain level of support, and I've been given assurances of that support. I think that the opinions that I express are not only mine. I think there's a lot of people who want to see a change in direction, who recognize that the world has changed. You know, both what is required from a country economically, policy-wise, has changed, and how we execute government has changed, and also the requirements of a party. And I think a party has to be much more structured, much more organized. And if we are to appeal to the young people, to the youth of this country, they have a different standard, and I think that we need to make sure we're putting those structures in place.
Asked what would he do to his detractors should he become leader of the United Workers' Party, this was his response.
If I became leader, is to strengthen the party. I think that's the most important aspect of what we have to do, is to establish a secretariat, to re-strengthen or strengthen the constituency branches that we have, put in structures that the Constitution calls for but have never been implemented. And once those things are in place, then is to deal with the party. So one can clearly see that discipline is something that's required in the party. A direction is required in the party. And I think that I would work very hard in the initial stages of making those things happen.
Mr. Chastanet says once that happens, then the right decisions will be made. He believes the UWP must start taking actions. And with all the talk of the high spending by the former minister, Allen Chastanet says that will not affect him if he becomes the political leader.
No one can ever accuse me of stealing any money. Okay? Secondly, I spent what was in my budget. Thirdly, every single decision that I made was brought to cabinet. When I decided to engage Dr. Heppel, that went to cabinet. Boxing in Paradise went to cabinet. CHA Marketplace, FCC, all these were decisions that were made on a collective basis. And when I presented them to cabinet, it was with a particular outcome.
Castro's Central MP Richard Frederick recently made clear that he will be throwing his support behind the current UWP leader Stephenson King, and feels Allen Chastanet is not the man to lead the party. Nominations for the leadership of the United Workers' Party will take place at the end of this month. For the DBS News World, Jason Hollandseed reporting.